time.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Well, Aaron, it wouldn't be an SEO training if you didn't do the worst SEO joke that nobody is allowed to say. Like this joke every time a presenter who's like the first time presenter at a conference, like, I got a joke for you guys, and everybody's sitting on the edge of their seat, and they're like, okay, this guy's gonna tell me a joke. I'm so excited. And they're like, okay, where do you hide a dead body? And you're just sitting there like, oh man, he's gonna say it. Please don't say it. He's
No.
like, the second page of Google. Ugh, the
Would you hear about
worst.
the guy who went to his boss's funeral?
No.
So he knelt down at the side of the casket and said, "Look who's thinking outside the box now."
I like that one. That's pretty
All righty, guys, let's get going.
good.
They're all coming in. What a great Friday.
It's a
Last
great
Friday.
Friday.
No, it was 2 Fridays ago. Was a good Friday. Like literally was Good Friday.
Oh, that's true.
This is a great Friday.
Speaking of
Welcome,
bad jokes.
everybody. Thank you for coming. Springtime is upon us, unless you're in the Southern Hemisphere, and good luck with that. I'm Aaron Persbury, Director of Partners here at Boostability. Got Nicholas Padilla here with us. What do you
And
do?
I am the business development director. I've worked with Boostability at Boostability for 12 years now. Hopefully I graduate this year. I don't know what that entails, but hopefully there's a cap and gown and there's some music. It'll be great.
Well, we're thankful for you all spending a little bit of time with us. We're going to cover some really exciting things. This is going to be kind of podcast style. If you're like me, you listen to a lot of stuff, you go 2x speed because to get through more, you get through it quicker. This training is going to be fast. It's going to be furious. If you have asthma like me, you might need your inhaler. This is also an intro into a series of future webinars. We're going to cover a lot. We're going to do a high level today. We're going to go through the whole sales process. Let me share the screen. This is all recorded as well, so you can come back and watch it as many times as you want. All right, is that showing, Nick?
Yes, it is. We're good.
Right. All right. Boost your sales. That's what we want to do. Oh, did we get a hand raise? Let's see. Is something happening?
We did get a hand raise. I think it's a wave.
Okay. It's a wave. Yes. Brilliant. All right. This is the sales process. We intend to cover all of these today, high level. We're going to go for about 23, 25 minutes, and then take any questions if we have any time. And again, this is recorded. The first step of the sales process is prep and intro. Then we're going to talk about discover and qualify our potential customers. We're going to go through the education, overcoming pain and problems. Then we're going to talk about presenting our value and solution, how much they need to spend, how to overcome questions and objections, and then how to take their payment and get things going. So let's hit it. All right, Nick, this is the preparation and intro phase. This is the cover slide for this section, but we don't have any other slides. I'm just going to talk to it. The most important thing, guys, is when we're talking to a potential customer, we need to have done our homework beforehand. We need to have done some preparation. We need to know what their business is about. We need to go to their website. We need to look at their main services. We need to just understand what it is that they're trying to do. And that's often already portrayed on their website. Then we need to go and do a little research online. Look for those services. Are they found? So you'll put in their business, say like emergency plumbing, Lehigh, Utah. Are we seeing their business come up? We'll come back to this in a few moments, but this is really important before we actually have any conversation. Then when we get on the phone with them or we visit in person, obviously in person is always best, but not always possible. And post-COVID and with Zoom meetings like this, it's very common to visit not in person, but in person is always our preference. We're going to do our intro, we'll do our salutations, we're going to get into things, but the preparation is key. It helps prepare our mindset as well. Nick, once we've done that, we need to learn a little bit about them, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What we need to do is we need to understand the average business and the good business. Every good business is going to ask themselves this question, similar to the way that, when you're starting off in your career, how am I going to get my next paycheck? How am I going to survive to the next paycheck? Business owners are asking the same thing. Where is my next lead going to come from? When is my next sale going to happen? How am I going to grow my business? How am I going to get customers onto the first page to find me? Am I going to get more business? Is it going to be through Google? Am I going to pay somebody? Am I going to go on Facebook? Am I going to join some crazy Craigslist ad? Every good business owner, underline the good, Every good business owner should be asking themselves, how am I going to get more? And that is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we're working with good businesses that are looking for more. Now, it really comes down to two things. Those two things are, when we're qualifying, you need to have these two things. You need to have a website. We can't do SEO on a website if there's no website. Breaking ground, guys. I know that I'm telling you some amazing facts, but it's the truth. If we don't have a website to work on, we can't do the SEO on it. On top of that,
we can't optimize a nothing. We can't.
Exactly. I know it's crazy. You can't get an oil change on a car if you don't have a car, and you can't take the city bus. That would be awkward. So it's important to know that you have to have an actual website. Then the next thing, and what Aaron was speaking about just now, of looking at their actual search results. If you're looking at all of the services that they provide, where they provide those services, if they're already on the first page of Google for everything that is there, we don't need to do SEO for them. Look at their secondary keywords, their tertiary keywords, to make sure that all of them are on the first page. Sometimes if you're ranking for plumber, you might want to look at drain services or emergency plumber. And if they're not ranking for that, that is an excellent candidate. And they've already got some of the, things rolling on their end to get them ranking. One thing that I like to look here is there's also a qualification for you as a partner or somebody who's an agency trying to sell to these customers, is you should look at what kind of customers do I want to have. My benefit, and one thing that I love working with in the SEO world, is local businesses that provide a service to a specific area, and that helps us out with ranking, and we can get so much more done. I'll go through some numbers later on what we've been able to achieve with those numbers here at Boostability.
So Nick, this is all still in that we haven't even spoken with them yet, right?
Exactly.
This is the preparation phase. We're qualifying them. We know what they have, and we know that there's an opportunity. Let's now talk a little bit about how, let's get talking with them. How should we approach that? We're doing the preparation, and how do we bring it up? Is it awkward? Is it hard?
Absolutely no. It can be awkward. It can be hard, but it's like that first date. You want to go in and you want to ask as many questions as possible because you're actually interested in their business. How long have you been in business? Where do you provide your services? What is the craziest thing that you've had to do with your business? Tell me your origins. Is there any, fun things that separates you from the competition? What are your goals with your website? What CMS is your website built on? It's important to ask these open-ended. Yeah, you have to. You've got to ask open-ended questions. I have 5 kids. It is a lot of kids. I've got 5. Dang, it is crazy. One thing that we do every day is we ask the question, did you have a good day at school? And you get those answers of like, yeah.
You get it.
And then,
you get an answer. I get that.
you end up getting stuck with these like horrible answers. And what I've realized is you need to ask questions that will help the child answer. So what games did you play at recess today, right? Or what did you eat for lunch? Was it good? Was it bad? How was the lunch lady or lunch person? Were they nice to you? Were they mean? Create that opportunity to build that relationship to get actual answers that you can build upon. It's the exact same thing here. If you ask the right questions, you will get the right arrows that you can put in your quiver later on when you're going for the kill. It'll be good.
That's a big point, Nick, because you mentioned relationship, right?
Absolutely.
I think we all have experience with like the sleazy car salesperson, right? They don't actually care about you. They care about the money you have. And you're married to a Jasmine, right? So in
exactly.
a way, you're a little bit like Aladdin. Aladdin said, "Do you trust me?"
Trust me. Exactly.
Right, at the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Not do you trust the rug, but do you trust me? Right?
This rug that we're going on.
So we got to build it early. People know when you really care about them and their business, and that's why the preparation is so key early on, because we know what it is that they're selling. Ask them, hey, look, if you could have, which one of your services do you make the most money on? If you could have any job, what would you like to have more jobs, more calls about? Sometimes they don't always sync up, right? The ones they want are the ones most profitable, because maybe I actually want to do something else, but we don't know unless we ask. I think that's
true. That's true. And it's the inverse, right? What job do you not ever want to do?
Yeah.
What is the thing that you do not want to go to? That's 100%.
All righty. So we've prepared. We have learned about them, learned about their needs. Now it's time to teach.
Teaching is one of the most important things, something that you and I, Aaron, have done. And I mean, it's cool to say that we've gone to different continents and different areas around the world, training sales reps on how to speak to SEO. One thing that you and I like to do is when we're going and we're sitting in front of this huge group of people, we're going to ask the stupidest question that is out there. But the goal is to get some interaction. The question goes like this. Okay, guys, let's get some energy. Let's get going. I'm going to ask you a question. Raise your hand if it's relevant to you. Okay. Raise your hand if you've used Google in the last 6 weeks. And
That's
everybody's
me.
looking at you like you are the stupidest person in the world. And then you say, okay, 4 weeks. Keep it up.
Oh, yep.
2 weeks.
Ooh.
1 week.
Yep.
Day.
Since we
Hour.
did the training,
When we're in the training, you're looking for where you're getting lunch.
I bet Angela's on her phone right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One thing that we do is, and the point of that is, the next question is, do you think your customer is doing the exact same thing? That is the value of Google. 8.5 billion Google searches every day. That equates to 63,000 Google searches every second. 93% of purchases start on Google. I know that when I'm buying something, even if it's something as crazy as a Stanley Cup or a watch or a drone, or if it's a plumber, if it's a landscaper, whatever it may be, I'm going to look online first because I don't know where a phone book is. I don't go on Facebook to find certain things primarily. I'm going to go to the source where I can learn more about what I should be doing.
You can go to
That
the
means
Cup store first.
anything that I can do to find out what I need.
Oh,
Exactly. But it's important to be on the top. 84% of searchers are going to skip the paid ads and go to the organic section, which includes the maps and beneath there.
and that's not to diminish paid ads. Hey guys, like if paid ads works, the SEO does not replace it, and it only enhances it. You should always continue any marketing effort that has an ROI. But
Absolutely.
but the nature is that we just skip over it. Subconsciously, we know people are paying to be there, meaning that they earned the right to be there, and so they're taking a shortcut. Hey, we're going to pay to be here, pay to play. And again, it's working, it's great, but fact is we skip over it.
I agree. I agree.
I'm glad.
Thank you, Aaron. Now, it's important for people to understand that people are going to click on the first set of organic results 90% of the time, and 46% of searchers are going to look for local listings. I know that if I'm looking for a locksmith, I'm going to look for somebody who's in my area, and I've got a little bit more trust when it comes to that.
Yeah. All righty. So now we know why it's important, right? What is this SEO stuff?
I've been in the SEO world since 2009, and people will be like, well, what is SEO? And anytime that I've been defining it as, well, it's search engine optimization, we'll go to your website and like make little changes, and you can just see the eyes glaze over, and it's like, why did I ask that freak this question? We've defined it in a way, and if you could remember anything from this training, this will help you out the most. Take out your pens.
Yeah,
right? SEO is the work that goes into your website to build relevance and trust so that it earns the top 10 ranking on Google. Earns. It actually shows work. You have to have people who understand what's going on with your website and what's off of your website speaking to it in order to get you ranking. Now, the question is, what is relevance and what is trust? Relevance has everything to do with your actual website, from the pictures, from the cute emojis, to the copy, to the way that the H1s are optimized, the title tags, the coding beneath it, robots.txt, sitemap. All of that is the relevance. How is Google going to navigate and understand your actual website? Now, trust. Trust is everything to do with what is off of your website, but speaks to it in the form of a link. You can have a piece of copy that has a link pointing back to you. You could have an article, whatever it may be, but those links actually help you coming from industry relevant websites, pointing back to your now beautifully navigating website that we just optimized. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is it's important to partner with a company that understands the value of these two. If we were talking 2 years ago and you said link building, people would be like, I don't know, link building. What we know now is that with the recent updates with AI and copy, Google's putting more emphasis, more power in backlinking because of the amount of copy that's just instantly being put out with AI. Having the correct partner will help you out a ton.
That's a great point. We'll actually talk more in depth in future weeks on this piece because there's a lot to this. But you absolutely want to work with an SEO provider who does on-site work and off-site work. So thanks. That's important. All right. So Nick, now we know what it is. We know why it's important. Let's talk about how we can actually show the customer the value. So their eyes get wider. They begin to feel this SEO become personal to them, right? And so how do we go about that?
The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull up the customer's information. Remember, we've already done the research before, like you were saying before, but we're going to have the person sit right next to you, right? I'm going to say, okay, Aaron, you are a plumber here in Orem, and let's talk about it. Let's look for your company name. If your company isn't showing up, we might have indexing issues, which could be a larger thing. We'll get more in depth in that in future sessions. We'll look at the services that they provide and where they provide those services. If it's one specific city, multiple cities, we'll look at all of them and show them, okay, Aaron, I see this first person here. Who is that? It's Juan with Juan's Plumbing.
Yep.
Do you know them?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Right? And you're going to run into that. There's going to be people saying that person doesn't deserve to be there. They do bad work and I'm the one who has to go back and fix it. But creating a little bit of pain or the ability to see, look at this opportunity that you have of getting on the first page or in the top 10. And there are other people who have that and you should be there. Our goal is to create that for you, but showing them who is there will help you out immensely.
Yeah, so again, these are just a couple simple screenshots. We're going to go into more depth here, but this is intended to be a live experience. Again, great if it's in person. That's how I love to do it. If you're on a Zoom meeting, then make sure you're doing a screen share. Okay, hey, look, so we're looking for emergency plumbing in Lehigh, Utah. Okay, so you're showing them, not seeing where you are. You can Control F, you can search for them, you can show them they're in position 67 and and that really becomes eye-opening to them.
Exactly.
So, and again, we've already done this. We already know where they are. We've done some preparation, but you got to show them live. All right. Then what do we do, Nick?
Now, we need to make sure that we hit all of these points that you're seeing on your screen here. We already know the value of SEO by asking that question. When was the last time you used Google? When was the last time your customers used Google? Those data points that we had of 84% of people clicking on the organic results and 93 people searching online before purchasing. People are going to know, because more people know about SEO today, why they should be partnering with you. These are the 5 points that I hit. We're data-driven. This is your company because we are doing the SEO for you. We're data-driven. 6.5 million keywords tracked on a monthly basis. 6.5 million keywords tracked on a monthly basis. Data-driven. We utilize that information that we've get, allocate it across the board, and that's how we're able to achieve the 86% of customers reaching top 10 rankings within 6 months. Incredibly important. In-house fulfillment. Everything is done by a Boostability employee. We do not outsource to another company. Everything is done by a Boostability employee. That's how we ensure our efficiency, the quality, and when Google does these algorithm updates, rather than other companies, other SEO companies having to go and audit the outsourced work, we know already where we're at. In fact, we haven't been negatively affected by an algorithm update since 2013, and that's when everybody got destroyed by a cute little animal, a penguin. It's the worst. Now,
Google update.
We have a transparent reporting dashboard. I love it. You have the ability to check in whenever you want to click that single sign-on link, your customer the exact same. You can see an understanding of what's happening with your keywords, their start date, current rank, where they've grown. When they get into the top 10, we show a screenshot. We also answer the question of, okay, but how are you getting me there? We're going to break down every task that we've completed for that customer inside of the work history tab. We have Google Analytics, listings, all of that is visible for your end customer. We provide full service SEO as well, on-site and off-site, or relevance and trust. A lot of SEO companies out there are going to still stick with that content is king and not do as much. Content is incredibly valuable, but if you don't have a way to point to that beautiful content that you've created, it's not as valuable. Now, Boostability in 2009 started off as a DIY platform. That platform is called Launchpad. That's what we utilize today. We fully work out of it. That platform is auditing and monitoring your customer's website regularly, 24/7 performance monitoring. So rather than having to depend on a customer saying, you know what, I tried to go to your website, it's down. What happened? Like what? Not every customer is going to do that. Our reporting dashboard, Launchpad, will tell you what is going on. We'll reach out to you if we identify anything that's going crazy.
Man, Nick, that was a lot. I feel like
I
there's too
need some
much
more.
value. It's
Man.
Get the inhaler out. All right, Nick, how good are we actually doing this? How many customers do we help? What's our success rate? Because
Right.
you know I'm asking that question.
Of course. We have over 30,000 active customers. That shows full scalability. Tracking 6.5 million keywords and all of that, we're doing it the right way, and we're making sure we utilize that data.
And 86% of our customers reach the top 10 rankings within 6 months. That's massive.
We love it.
That's actually wrong. I ran the numbers yesterday. It's 87% this year. So
gosh dang it, Aaron. Update your deck.
Update your deck. All right. Now, we know what it is. They know they need it. How much is it going to take, Nick? What's the budget?
Setting the right expectation in the SEO world is one of the most important things that we can do. I've got this friend, his name's Aaron Presbury, and he invited me to his house to move a tree. And it was a really good tree. It was a really big tree, but he only invited me. And we had to scoot this tree along the ground, and luckily we were able to do it barely. But setting the right expectations.
9-person tree. It was a 9-person.
It was a 9-person tree. If we had have had 9 people, we would have easily been able to plant this tree. It's the exact same thing when it comes to SEO. We are going to look at 2 things: where the customer is located and which industry they are in. If you're a plumber in a small town in like Delta, Utah, you know what? That is not too competitive because it's a smaller market. There might be 2 or 3 other plumbers that are there. A smaller package would we recommend to them. Now, if you're a plumber in the middle of New York City, you know that it is going to be very, very competitive because of the amount of plumbers in that specific area. The good news is you're not alone. We will help you with a pricing tool. We'll help you with a simple SEO pricing matrix where you can say, okay, cool. Is this a very competitive industry? Is it in every town, or is it specific to this one location? And then where the actual location is will help you determine that competition. We also have our sales support team. You can call into them and say, hey, we have a team. You can call into them and say, hey, I've got this plumber. They're in this location. Help me understand what package they should have. We will also help you with a couple of points on how we would sell it ourselves.
So, hold on a second. So you actually have a team, like not AI bots though, like real.
No AI. We have a team that helps our customers, our partners, sell and have the right expectations. Because in all honesty, and I say this nicely, not all of our partners are the best at selling. So we end up getting stuck with this individual account that is a smaller package, and they want to rank on the first page. So we're stuck with this white elephant that we can't get to work. We'd rather help you with making sure that we're selecting the correct package. We'll get them into the top 10 and everybody's happy.
Yeah. Now, at this point, obviously, Nick, everybody's they're ready to give the details, get going. There's never any questions, right?
Oh, no, never. You're always going to run into these 2 types of people. Aaron, one with hair. I'm just joking. No, what it is you're going to run into 2 people who want to be on the top page of Google right now, and the people who just don't get it. Now, Aaron, if we can just go to the next slide. You've already seen it, guys.
Already there.
The people who want to be on the first page of Google, they already know the real value of SEO. That's where you're going to hit your SEO and why it's the best. The data-driven, in-house fulfillment, reporting dashboard, full service.
Hundreds of SEO providers, right?
Exactly.
So you've already sold them an SEO. It's who are they going to go with, and they need to go with you.
You're correct. You're correct. And you know what's funny is if this was like 7 years ago, we had to define SEO and what it was. Now it's making sure that people understand what the right SEO is with relevance and trust. My recommendation with this is the people who don't understand everything, you need to hit SEO. You need to explain the value of it. That first question is, do you think your customers use Google? Hit that, and then make sure you hit all 5 of these points. If it's the person who doesn't understand it, it's just that.
Now, I got to stay out of the weeds. This is a big issue. Because you're going to get questions. Well, tell me about a task. Who's doing the task? Where are they doing the task? What time are they doing the task? Who's QAing the tasks? Who's putting the task live? Sorry, guys. Hey, you know what? I think most of you have a phone. No one knows how facial recognition works. No one actually cares. No one goes into the Verizon store and says, hey, can I get that new iPhone? Can you tell me about the facial recognition and how it actually works? No one cares. So stay out of the weeds. They're only asking technical questions because there's no trust in the value you have shown. And so you have to take them back to that. It's okay to say, hey, you know what, that's a great question. Your account manager is going to go over that with you. But at the front of the sale, they're asking technical questions because they don't quite believe you. Now, this is again, we're going to go into this in more detail, but I want you to think of these two lines. Every small business is on the line that is sloping down at some point, right? A study that I read from earlier this year, small businesses in some cases are not even spending 30% of their time on the very passion that took them into business because they're doing all these other stuff, okay? And intersect that with a line of how easy is it to be found online. Well, when I started SEO in like 2004, really easy because no one was doing it, but it's increasingly more difficult right now. And so back to those 5 points. We've got to help them understand that they need to partner with someone that's doing it. And that's you, because you have the white label boostability SEO product. This is you. All right, Nick, we've answered all their questions. They're all on board. How do you get them to sign up? This is the whole bit, right?
The biggest thing that I like to do is an assumptive close where we've already gone through your customers. We've looked at their reporting dashboard, their website. We've looked at the search engine results page. We've not been able to find them there. We've explained to them the true value of it. We've asked qualifying questions of why should you be doing SEO? What's going on with your website? You've already answered all of those objections. We're now moving into we want to get working and started with you as soon as possible. We're going to discuss the next steps. In the first 30 days, we're going to do the following and move forward. If you need to go back and explain the true value of SEO, that's perfectly fine. If there's even more objections, don't worry. We have our sales team, our SEO sales support team. Call and ask them. You can introduce us as members of your team, and we will go through and help you answer all of those questions that they've got. But you should be able to get to this point without having to hit that if you've explained the true value of that individual customer getting ranked on the first page or in the top 10 in their specific area.
Love it. You may have answered the questions that may have come up today. We don't have any questions. Guys, if any of you have any questions, drop them in and we'll use those as a basis as we build out these upcoming webinars as well. Now, Nick, some people are bound to think, oh yeah, these guys are great. One's got a fake English accent and the other guy... yeah. Anyway, maybe you've read a lot of books, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When did you last ask for some credit card details here? Because that's
yesterday, right? Today, right? It's just going through and understanding that if you create the right relationship, if you care about the business, people will really trust you. And creating that trust is the exact same thing that we're trying to do across the board. So it has been amazing to talk about this. Our goal with these sessions is to provide a high level initially, and then with time, we're going to hit every individual point later on.
Love it. We do have a question about the slide deck. We will look to send this out. That's a great point. Guys, we appreciate your time today. You're experienced. You're running businesses, running agencies. We value your time. And so we hope that this has been valuable to you. I hope we've not wasted it. If you do have any questions, call to your partner growth manager. Our sales support team is real. We have Gus who's running that. He would love to hop on a phone call at any time and do this very thing, do the live screen share with a potential customer and pitch it to them. We would love that opportunity.
Also, really quickly, just with this question in the slide deck, reach out to your partner growth manager, this individual. I presented you to them. They'll be able to get you this slide deck and many more and support you with any questions that you might have. They've got more trainings for you, and they'll introduce you to your sales support team. Make sure that you're taken care of, okay?
Thanks, everyone. It's been fantastic. We'll honor your time. We're done before the half past. Take care. Fantastic weekend.
Have a great weekend, folks.
See ya.